Everybody, what's up? Got the show back. We back active. We had a little break. But we getting lit. We got NBA playoffs. We got a lot to talk about today. Got my dog Cam. Introduce yourself.
Name's Cam. We got a lot to go through today on the show. We got some good topics out here. We got my Dallas Cowboys later in the show, so stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned. All right. All right. Let's get it. Let's go. We start out with the Knicks fans chanting F Trae Young. It's pretty funny.
Millions of people are quitting vaping every
This
day,
ad.
like Christina.
People vape because it's a coat.
No free promos here.
Frequently called the unsung hero by Tom Tebow. And Trae Young drills the
The
shot.
minute.
Wait for it.
That's Trae Young.
At the free throw line. Well, I mentioned the Knicks. First
Wait
time
for
in
it.
years of the playoffs. The Hawks have missed the playoffs the last 3 years. But they're psyched to be back in the postseason.
That's kind of funny. But let's start off with our takeaways from last night. Biggest takeaways. You can start it off.
Man, biggest takeaway definitely Trae Young. Trae Young's been a menace in the playoffs. He got game one going for 32, 7 boards, and 10 assists. Game two, he went for another 30, one rebound, but he still had another 7 assists. They went to the Garden, man, and they got 1-1. They're going back to Atlanta. Trae Young's been cooking. I expect a lot of big things. It's going to be a fun series to watch. I really think it's going to go 7 games, honestly. But watching people back in Madison Square Garden's been pretty fun.
Yeah.
He's been balling.
Yeah, to piggyback, I like, I saw a tweet by Draymond basically saying that that Trae Young is the new, trash talker in the NBA. And I mean, you can see it. He's not backing down from the moment they lost, but, he said we're going to be back in the A tomorrow. He's ready for the moment. He's stepping up for sure. Really, I like that little floater. It looks annoying, but, it's effective and it works. You can't have Bogdanovich shoot 2 out of 9 from 3. You're not going to win, especially if you're a sharpshooter. I mean, I don't think that'll happen again. But my takeaway, one of my takeaways is the Knicks, man. It looks like the NBA, is better when the Knicks are good. I like how Thibodeau started Derrick Rose in the second half. That was very important. He went for 26.
What a game Derrick Rose had, though.
Yeah,
Derrick Rose. Seeing him play good is good for the league.
He definitely needed to start over Elfrid Payton. He's gonna start out for the rest of the playoffs. I mean, he's a little old, 32 years old, but he just brings that leadership. He's never, he's always been clutch. I like the direction the Knicks are going in. And what you guys say about the Knicks?
Honestly, I think the Knicks go as far as Rose and the veterans take them. Having someone like Julius Randle, man, he had a very, very poor game one. He picked it up a little bit in game two. He came out, he had a little double piece, but as Derrick Rose goes, as the Knicks go. You got young guys that quickly played very good. You got quickly, you got Burns playing good. You got pieces there. I think they could maybe sneak out a round 1 series, which would be pretty good for Thibodeau in his first year, but I don't really see them going too far in the East.
Yeah, like you said, I don't see them going too far because we got the Nets, the next round. But the broken Nets, as I should say, not Brooklyn, broken Nets. But
Harden, honey bun beard.
Honey bun, yeah. I'm surprised he still has good weight. man just in the season he just sat on the sideline and ate all day long.
Nobody's stopping KD in the playoffs.
No one's stopping KD. I mean, when you have the formula to win the NBA is you need at least 2 guys that can give you 30, and they have 3 of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
they might have 3 of the top 10 players in the
league. Definitely
sit down and think about it.
Yeah, so they're not gonna beat them, but they're definitely in the right direction. They have good draft picks. I like this new Knicks team and how they're rolling. All right,
and let's not forget about Joe Harris either.
Oh no, sharpshooter, man, had 25 points last night.
Joe Harris had 19 points in 6 minutes against my Celtics.
Yeah,
it was brutal to watch.
100%. I like Joe Harris. I love He's great. He's a sharpshooter. I think he won 3-point, or maybe he's been in 3-point contest. I'm not sure. I think he might have won it a couple of years ago. But
I think he might have. No, I think he did win it a couple years ago.
yeah, but yeah. So what's your next?
Let's not forget they still have a veteran presence. Like having someone like Jeff Green come off the bench is pretty good for them. Blake Griffin, he's not what he used to be, but he can give you minutes.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like they're just having fun out there. Next, that's your next takeaway.
Oh my, Donovan Mitchell, man. The Jazz are a different team when Donovan Mitchell plays. After seeing him play last night, he should have got in game one. There's no reason he should have been a healthy scratch. He could have went out there, but it made a big difference in that game one. Even if he only plays 15, 20 minutes, Jazz win that game if he plays 15 to 20 minutes. He's the key to him. It's not even his score and his pass and his defense. He's just able to space the floor. He gives people good looks. He gives people like Clarkson and Eagles, just gives them space to move around. His driving, kicking it out. The difference in the offense, they score 109 points game one. Game two, they score 141. He comes out, he gives you 25 points, gives you a couple boards, but just the presence he has on a defense is what really could change the series for the Grizzlies. They're very young. I don't think they're going to get past the number one Jazz, but they're young. This is some good experience, especially for someone like Ja. I know you got a good take on Ja.
Yeah, I'm back on the Jazz. I mean, when Donovan Mitchell plays, he brings that team to another level. I mean, the first game, Gobert wasn't playing that good. He had a great game yesterday. Very, very efficient defensive end, as we know how Gobert always is. And then Mitchell comes in. He's like you said, great. People think he's just like a scorer. The man is very good passer, kicking out the Ingles, kicking out the Clarkson. They got a good supporting cast, and this team is pretty dangerous. They number one record in the NBA. I mean,
yeah, and they also have Mike Conley too.
Yep.
Everyone forgets on Mike Conley. He's a very good veteran, and they still got probably the guy that's going to win his third Defensive Player of the Year, and Rudy Gobert.
Yep. Next, my dog Ja, he dropped 47. On an efficient 15 to 26 shooting, but they still lost 141 to 129. They couldn't guard anything last night. And Ja just says, he thinks that he said we lost, it wasn't enough. Has the right attitude he should have. He joined terms with LeBron James, Doncic, Magic Johnson, and T-Mac for scoring 40 points before turning 22 years old. So that's just some remarkable stuff. But, they're not happy. You can't let up 141 points and expect to win a game. He said, yeah, of course, that's different though. But, he said, Ja said, I'm not afraid. I mean, it's my job to protect. I mean, not Ja. Gobert was saying how he was protecting their rim, but Ja was still being very efficient. He had a reverse layup that was very nice. But like I said, you got to guard something to be able to do anything.
Yeah. I like Ja's attitude though. I think this new culture, they're really just a big stats. They're a lot about me. But him saying after scoring 47 points in a playoff game and losing, not even having a smile, he wants to win. He's gonna be something special, and that Grizzlies team is gonna be a team to mess with in a couple of years. They're very young. I think they're the youngest team in the playoffs, honestly, or the second youngest team.
Yeah, 100%. All right. Next, we got game 3, Bucks and Heat. I didn't put a picture here because I'm so embarrassed by Miami Heat, so they don't even deserve a photo. All right. I'll start it off. I'll give you a little intro. After needing Chris Middleton in game 1 to beat the Heat, game 2, the Bucks, like I like to say in this term too, the Bucks blitzed the Heat, 46-20 in the first quarter, and they won by dominating 34 points. I mean, they took a 2-0 lead. Giannis did very good. He held Jimmy to 2 of 7 shooting, only 4 assists and 3 turnovers. Jimmy Butler, you're waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning to shoot 2 of 7 and have 4 assists, and that's it. You have Dwayne Dedmon coming off the bench being the leading scorer with 19. And who is Dwayne Dedmon? I mean, no offense, but like I haven't heard of this guy. And then, people are saying he's pretty good, whatever, but he should not be the leading scorer in a playoff game for the Miami Heat, who, by the way, you might have forgot, but the Miami Heat went to the championship last year. Your take.
Man, it's frustrating. Being a Celtics fan, but living in Florida. I'm sorry, Heat fans. You guys are getting swept. I do not care about your feelings. You guys are getting swept. I mean, there's a big difference. I mean, Eric Spoelstra is going to be a Hall of Fame coach one day, but Tyler Hero playing 9 minutes. He was great in the playoffs for you last year. He might not be what he was last year, but you're never gonna get a rhythm in basketball playing 9 minutes in a playoff game.
Yeah. I mean,
The only consistent points you're getting right now is from Robinson.
yeah, but to be devil's advocate here, I mean, when he played the first game, Hero was 2 out of 11. So why should you have confidence? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He lit it up towards the end of the year, but I don't know. Playoffs are different.
Hey, but that's what you're getting out of Butler right now, 2 out of 11.
Oh yeah, of course.
I mean, it's not like he's the only one that's struggling. But game 3 back in Miami, I don't see a difference. I think the Bucks are going to bring out the brooms in Miami while they're down here. Be a 4-0 sweep.
Bring out the brooms and go to the beach. But all right, let's go to the next game. Suns and Lakers. Game 3. I think if the Lakers let's start off with the intro. After finishing with just 13 points and 7 rebounds in game 1, AD finally played like AD. He had 34 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists to lead them to a game 2 win. Finally, AD is, I guess, I'm not going to say he's back yet. And the one game doesn't do anything. But, I mean, in the playoffs with AD, when they win, he averages 30 points. When they lose, he averages 21. When they win, he averages 10 rebounds. When they lose, he averages 8. When they win, he averages 4. When he loses, they average 2. So that just shows right there how important Anthony Davis is to this team's success. And, they can really compete. I mean, you got another underrated piece is Dennis Schroeder. He is balling out. He's honestly playing better than Chris Paul. I don't care if he's hurt, whatever. That's no excuse. It's the playoffs. Toughen up. Chris Paul is known to choke. I'm sorry to tell you, but he's known to choke, and he's never been able to really win in the playoffs.
Look at him on the Clippers.
Exactly.
That big city power could never get past.
Exactly. I mean, LeBron had 23 points. The thing is, what I like about LeBron is that he'll give you an off game and still give you 25. Chris Paul on an off game will give you 6 points.
Yeah.
So next, what do you want to say?
I mean, honestly, I think this series is going to go 6 or 7 games. I mean, LeBron's 14-0 in the first round. I mean, I don't really see him losing, but I really like the Suns. I'm pulling for the Suns in this series. I think we're really learning a lot about Ayton. Ayton is a baller. He is going to be a top 3 center in the league next year. He comes out, he gives you 42 minutes, he gives you 22 points, 10 boards. I think Devin Booker is not getting enough hype around his.
Oh no!
He's coming out, he's dropping 30 pieces in the
every night.
A stacked Lakers.
Tough shots too.
Oh.
I mean, to piggyback, DeAndre Ayton, he followed up his 10 of 11 shooting performance in game 1 by going 11-13 in game 2 through 2 games. Through 2 games, he's averaging 22 points, 13 rebounds, and shooting 85% from the field. He's actually the bullying Andre Drummond, who was, by the way, a leading rebounder in the NBA for about 5 years. So that just shows you.
I think the biggest key to game 3 of who wins it is how many minutes Chris Paul plays. Chris Paul played 22 minutes. He gave you 6 points or something like that.
Yeah, 6 points. 6 points.
Rebounds, 5 assists. That's not going to win you a playoff game. If you're
and it's funny.
You're facing the defending champions. You need Chris Paul. I don't care if Chris
Paul at least 15
1 shoulder, 2 shoulders. You can get an effective 25 minutes. Give him 10, 15 points. You win that game.
Yeah, they only won. I mean, the Lakers only won by I think 8 points or something like that, maybe 10. If he gives you 17 points, they win that game.
They won by 7 points.
They won by 7 points. If Chris Paul gives you 12 points, you win that game.
12 points, you win that game. 12 points.
Yeah.
I'm taking Suns game 3.
All right,
Bucks. I'm taking Suns.
I'm taking Bucks. I'm taking Lakers. They're home. The LA crowd is back. But the biggest game, if Lakers win this game tonight, biggest game will be game 4. That'll show what Chris Paul is really made up. And like I said,
game 3 is in LA, right?
Yeah. And like I said, Chris Paul is a choker, so I don't see them winning game 4 if the Lakers hold off tonight. Next, we got my dog, Nikola Jokic leading the Nuggets versus the Blazers. Blazers are home today, series tied 1-1. Jokic led the Nuggets with double figures with 38 points off of 15 of 20 shooting from the field and a 128-109 win. He's averaging 36 points on 60% shooting in 2 games. 6 assists and 8.5 rebounds. Only 6 total assists, which is lower than his 8.5 per game during the regular season. But I mean, if he's giving you 36 points a game, I think you can compromise for the 8 assists. And then Lillard dropped 42 and 10 assists, but I guess that wasn't enough. The turnovers is what killed the Blazers. I mean, they had they were averaging the fewest turnovers per game in the league, and during the regular season, you can't win having 21 turnovers in the playoffs, especially to a not even that great defensive team in the Nuggets. And that just can't
They
happen.
didn't have Jamal Murray.
Yeah, I mean the Blazers shot 48% from the 3-pointer line, but you just can't win with 21 turnovers.
No.
So what you got to say?
Anyone with 21 turnovers. Honestly, I'm still torn on who I'm picking in this series. I really like Jokic. I'm a big fan of him. I think him and Embiid are the best 2 centers in the league. I think Aiden's coming up on that kind of talent. I think Aiden's going to be just like them one day. Aiden has a very good space game, but Jokic, he just does it all. He can score, he can pass, and he can rebound. I think the biggest key to this series is how they hold up without Jamal Murray. I think Dame, you know what you're going to get out of Dame at night in and night out. You're not stopping Dame. He's just on a different level right now, especially in the playoffs. He's been like this his whole career. You're going to need to get more out of CJ McCollum. It's really this series is not even coming down to the starters. I don't think it's going to be which bench you can get more out of late in games. Yeah,
I mean the Nuggets have a good bench. You got Melo coming off the bench. I mean these teams are very good. They're underrated. This is a matchup I've not really looked at a lot, but these are 2 very good teams. This is a toss up to me. I mean, if they had Jamal Murray, it would probably be a 5-game series. But
Norman Powell got to give
Norman Powell
if they want to win.
Yeah, Norman Powell, and on the Raptors, Norman Powell was a beast. But
hey, the Blazers are not winning a series if Carmelo's only going to give you 5 points. He had a very, very, very great game 1, and that's why they were able to sneak out with a win. But you're not winning game 2 when you only give 5 points and Melo's only taking 5 shots.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Before the break, Trae Young and Westbrook disrespect by fans. This is just inappropriate.
It doesn't make sense. All this time for fans
let me
in the arenas, and this is how we're gonna.
Yeah. So let me give y'all a little bit of background. After months of basketballs, with empty gyms, Madison Square Garden was packed. With a bunch of excitement, whatever. And then, Trae Young was getting chanted like we showed earlier. And he actually was walking out, after the game or towards the end. I think it was like a few seconds left. He got spit on. And then, for Westbrook, he actually got injured and walking under the tunnel. He got popcorn thrown at him. And he just said in the interview, that's just crossing the line. If we were in the street, it'd be different, which is 100% true. I bet that guy wouldn't try him like that in the street. If anything, he'd probably be asking for an interview. I mean, not an interview, for an autograph. Autograph, yeah, exactly. So, the Knicks send a statement. This is for Trae Young. This is completely unacceptable and not be tolerated in our venue games. And, they turn the information over to the authorities. So, I mean, both those fans got banned, which is the right thing to do. So what you guys say about this?
I mean, I know that the guy that poured the popcorn on Westbrook got banned from any event at where the 76ers play. I know that the Knicks guy only got banned from going to basketball games. So it's interesting to see if the Knicks increase their punishment on that guy. I know he wasn't a season ticket holder. I know the guy for the Wizards was a season ticket holder. Well, he for the 76ers. But I just think it's unacceptable at the end of the day. These are humans too. These guys are just playing the game they love, trying to support their family. And no matter how intense sports gets, I'm a Cowboys fan. I would never go spit on an Eagles player, never go disrespect someone like that, because at the end of the day, they have a life.
Exactly. They have a life. And golden rule, treat people how you want to be treated, even though it's a sports, you're passionate, whatever. At the end of the day, it's a game. You know what I mean? Exactly.
We wait all this time to get back into the stadiums and stuff. You can't act like this. You're just ruining it for everyone at that point.
Exactly. Now, I'm not gonna say I definitely love like I was watching Knicks game. It was rocking in there, and I could feel it from at home. So I definitely understand the passion and everything going on, but it's just certain things are just unacceptable.
That's just unacceptable. There's a level it gets to.
Yep. All right. The Boston Bruins learned Wednesday night that they will be facing the New York Islanders in the next round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. The Islanders advanced to the second round by beating the Penguins in the Nassau Coliseum Wednesday night, winning the series 4-2, and they earned Pittsburgh another spot. The Islanders fans started chanting, "We want Boston." I don't know if they want Boston. Boston's a very good team.
They don't want us. They don't want
This
us.
the format of this year's postseason is to make Pitt play against their temporary division opponents and then go on past that. I think the Bruins are they're gonna have a 92 save percentage. I think the Bruins should definitely beat this.
Rask is outstanding.
Yeah, they're going off. Rask is outstanding. 94 percentage for him. You got Jean Gabriel Pagal scored 5 goals and 3 assists versus Boston earlier in the season, but I think that they definitely tighten up their defense. What do you think?
Today is May 27th. I'm calling it right now. We are going to the Stanley Cup. The Islanders, we are not scared of the Islanders. I think the biggest part to the Bruins getting back to that Stanley Cup is going to be their power play. I think Marchand and the boys out there, Nebraska, I think the momentum they get on the power play and the fight they give. I mean, we lost game 1, we come back out, we win game 2 in overtime, we win game 3 in double overtime, we win game 4 in overtime. And then we go win game 5, 4 games in a row. We get out of there. We go get some rest. We get healthy. And beating our old captain leaves to go to the Capitals. Chara, we go and take care of business with Washington. I think the next biggest key to success against the Islanders is having Rask play the way he's playing, man. Rask is playing outstanding. I think he's letting up like 1.83 goals per game. That's ridiculous. With our offense, the way we're playing, especially that late trade we made with Hall. We got that guy Hall. We're playing good. I'm excited. I like watching hockey. I like watching playoff hockey.
I forgot. Are the Bruins and the Lightning in the same conference? I don't think so, right?
I think we're both in the. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So that'll be. I think the Lightning are gonna. You're gonna face like that'll be a good matchup.
I think we face the Islanders and then the Lightning. I don't remember who the Lightning faced, but I think if we both win, we both face each other before the Cup.
Yeah, that's gonna be a dogfight. Even though the Lightning didn't have a great year, they're still reigning champions. You know what I mean? They have that it factor.
2 years ago, when we lost in Game 7 of the Stanley Cup against the Blues, we were about to face the Lightning because the Lightning were the 1 seed. They won the President's Cup, which is the best team in hockey, and they lost. They lost in the first round. They got knocked out, and then last year we got knocked out by the Hurricanes. Man.
Yeah.
But we're gonna be back.
All right, that's a little bit of hockey for y'all. All right, next, who is the early AL MVP following Mike Trout's injury? For me, it's got to be Ohtani. Come on. Ohtani is – okay. I'll give you my top 3. They're right here. These are our top 3 we decided. Vlad, Ohtani, and Garrett Cole. But for me, it's Ohtani. He's just playing out of his mind. you're giving up a 2 ERA and leading. I'm second in the MLB in home runs. What else do you want? He feels like literally most valuable, not just best player, but most valuable player to have on your team. You know what I mean? And he's 15 home runs, like I said, 30 and a half innings pitched, 2.3 ERA. What do you got to say?
My MVP is Vlad. I'm a very big Vlad fan. He's ridiculous. Did you see the game the other day against the Rays where this guy just went back-to-back at-bats with home runs to tie the game twice? Vlad is just a different breed. He's following right in his dad's footsteps. He's going to be a menace in that AL East to come. I'm a big Red Sox fan, but I love me some Vlad. I think Ohtani, the things he's doing, I want to see how Ohtani keeps it up without having someone like Mike Trout in the lineup. They already got rid of Albert Pujols, which I don't know what you're really getting out of him late in his career. He's doing some good things for the Dodgers, though. I will say that. Shout out to Albert Pujols. But I want to see what Ohtani does without someone like Mike Trout in the lineup. See how pitch selections as a college pitcher, I think, how pitch selection changes to Shohei Ohtani without someone like Trout in front of him or Trout behind him in the lineup. As it goes for Garrett Cole, I hate him because he's a Yankee, but
He's a
He's going to
stud.
win an MVP as a pitcher. He's a very good pitcher. He's a very good pitcher. I
Dumb.
think, honestly, right now, I don't even think Garrett Cole right now is honestly the Cy Young Award leader right now. I really like Shane Bieber in front of Cole right now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
But to win an MVP as a pitcher, I think who was the last pitcher to do it? I think it was, Clayton Kershaw?
yeah. Yeah, it was. But, let's bring back some history. We got there has been a father-son. There have been father-son, won the MVP with Ken Griffey. But this will be the first. If dad wins, it'll be the first to both win, in the same conference because his dad got the 2004 AL.
Yeah, did his dad only play with the Angels?
I'm not sure. But that'll be interesting, that'll be cool. All right, next. This is funny. Urban Meyer saying Tim Tebow, is gonna probably make it. Might have a chance of making the team. Whatever. He's gonna make the team.
He's gonna make the team, guys.
Make the team. It's called ratings. This is a business. He's making the team.
Jersey sales.
Yes. Tim Tebow's back.
Tim Tebow. Do you know Tim Tebow and Urban Meyer have a house exactly right next to each other?
Yeah. I mean, come on now.
You're not gonna cut Tim Tebow. You're telling me you're gonna walk outside with your coffee in your hand, go grab the newspaper. You're gonna see the guy you cut. You're not doing that to Tim Tebow. That's your boy.
Yeah. Tim Tebow is gonna get rocked this year, though. if he even gets in the game, he's gonna get rocked.
There's a lot of people that have been talking about him. Shout out to Devin Bush, your boy out there. I know you're a Steelers fan.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk.
He's coming for Tebow, but
Yeah.
Tim Tebow, he don't look like there's a difference between being in shape and football shape. There's a very big difference.
Oh yeah,
a very big difference. But
yeah, he looks nice. It looks all cute, but they're not hitting you like you're a quarterback.
I don't know if he's in football shape, but he's in shape.
He's in shape, as you want to say. All right. So yeah, that's very much it. He's gonna make it.
Now.
Now the fun time for him. I hate this team. No, just kidding. I kind of like them a little bit. I like Dak. I love CeeDee Lamb since college. But let me give y'all a little breakdown. I think the Cowboys, they're adding some speed. They finally need it. They already got a receiver running a 4.2. I think this team is
Stanford.
Yeah, this receiver from Stanford runs a 4.2. I think, the Cowboys they look pretty good. I mean, they look like they're moving the right direction. Micah Parsons, great pickup, 4.3 linebacker who can play safety, DN, anywhere you want to put him, kind of like Isaiah Simmons.
That's the next Devin White right there, baby.
Yeah,
Devin White.
If I had to compare him to a player, probably Isaiah Simmons. Play anywhere.
I'm looking at Vegas betting odds right now. They got the Cowboys sitting at 9.5 wins. They got the Giants sitting at 7, the Redskins football team sitting at 8, and the Eagles sitting at 7. I think I'm going to take under on every team but the Cowboys. I think my Cowboys got a chance to go in 11-6. I know I'm going to be out there at that game in New England. So, Cam Newton, if you're their quarterback, we're coming for you. We want all the smoke. Big trust. Dak Prescott back.
Hey.
Now, stop playing with us.
Hey, don't sleep.
Top 3 receiving core in the league. I think one of the biggest pickups we got that no one's talking about is Keanu Neal.
Oh, great.
100+ tackles, and he is a hitter. You do not want to see that man across the middle of the field. Now you see the workout videos Ezekiel Elliott's posting? Oh yeah.
But you touched on the Patriots. Don't sleep. They had probably the best offseason. And they got
the Patriots looking at Vegas right now. They're predicting them 9.5 wins with Dallas. I think that's about
that's gonna go. I think that might go over though. I say probably 10 or 11 like Dallas.
9 or 10 is what I have the Patriots.
Yeah, but
I don't have their schedule in front of me. But
it's a new team, so no one really knows. You got Jonas Smith.
They signed a lot of people.
Jonas Smith, Hunter Henry,
Juano Smith, Hunter Henry. They signed
Judon.
I think they kind of overpaid for him.
Yeah, but still great pickup either way. She's still a good pickup. I mean, the only thing they need is if they got like Julio, all they need is give Cam weapons because I mean, dude, that game versus the Seahawks, bro, he went for 360 yards. He just got COVID and it ruined him. He's not. People say he's like completely done. He's not completely done. He's better than Jimmy Garoppolo. He's better than.
he led the whole league in rushing touchdowns. And
Yeah.
how many games he missed? 3 or 4?
Yeah. People don't realize because he's on a new team. So when there's a new team and you have a COVID season with no off season, while you're home, while you're sitting home, they're still
second year in Josh McDaniel's system.
Exactly. No, not even that. You're home, but you gotta realize the Patriots not like most teams. As each week, the Patriots are installing new things. So if you're home, you're not gonna be at the same pace when you come back. You'll be like, we just play bad, we just play bad. They know way more stuff than he does. Not like he's dumb. It's just you can't learn when you're not there. You can only learn so much through a Zoom call.
You want to know a crazy fact? I think Cam Newton's missed about almost 2 years of football. He still has more rushing touchdowns than Mark Ingram.
That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's tough. But I'm excited.
I think a big test for my Cowboys opening up against the Tampa Bay Bucks. That's going to tell us a lot. I don't think we're going to win, but if we do, I feel bad. Me and them Cowboy fans are gonna start the train right away. Right away.
Let me start this now for any Cowboys fans. No way. No way. I will throw the house on that game. Hey, but all right. We're gonna catch y'all tomorrow. Get back into it. We got an interview tomorrow. Let's get it.